We all say lifestyle. What is this lifestyle? Lot of us, all of us have an idea that I must run a mile every day, and I must, reduce myself to have a no belly and 36, 24, 36 sort of size, or zero size, or what have you. All this is myth. All this is myth, and all this is business behind it. You will be surprised to know that a study showed that obese people, overweight people, whom you think are very bad, if they're very active, they're healthier than all of us. What is important is activity. You must work because you are made to work. Ayurveda says samikshakari, work very hard. So it's like, doctors advising everybody to walk. A farmer went, I believe, to the doctor to see him. He said, you must walk for, healthy lifestyle. He said, I work almost 12 hours. The man who walks for 1 hour, other 23 hours he is doing a lot of other things. It's like a lot of people say, I do yoga. What is this yoga? 1 hour you sit there and say, om, om, and all that, and do kusti, and that you see with. Rest of the 23 hours, whom to cheat, how to make money, how do I go up the ladder, how do I sit in the chair where I am not able to sit. Now this completely destroys the 1 hour of om om. So lifestyle is your lifestyle, how you live it. And what is the important part of lifestyle? What is the important part of evolution? What is your human evolution? We were all told by the Western scientists that we were monkeys. At one time we were fish, and we were probably snake, and then we became human beings, right? You believed that, right? Because you passed your exams by mugging it up. And he said it's all survival of the fittest, Darwin's, Mendel's laws. Though Darwin's own grandfather and a very good scientist called Lamarck, they had both said, genes are not the part of evolution at all. What is evolution is environment. Of course, Darwin didn't believe it then, but when he was old, he believed it. But the neo-Darwinists in the Western science do not want to disbelieve it because there are a lot of money in this science. I'll tell you, genetic engineering. You go to the doctor and they say, try to find out if you have a risk gene, you can do something about it. Look at that girl, poor girl, Angelina Jolie. Somebody checked up and said, you have a BRCA gene, so your breasts must go. 2 beautiful breasts. They went. Removing the breast is a big business. Then there's a plastic surgery business. Reconstructing beautiful breast. So she had 1 set of artificial breasts. Then after some time, someone said, no, you have a gene for uterus also. So she had her uterus removed. After some time, somebody said, you have a gene for ovary also, ovary removed. So I wrote an article, Angelina Jolie will be left with skin and bone only. And the cancer will have to eat her skin and bone. If you have a cancer gene, if you remove your breast, it will come in your tummy. If you remove the tummy also, it will come in your head. Somewhere it has to come, if gene is what is causing the disease. But today we know that we have not been monkeys. I'll give you an example. Supposing I were a fish, let us say, at one stage. I would be very happy to be fish. It's easier to live as a fish. Did you know that? Fish has only 1 circulation. So there is no lung, no pulmonary hypertension, no TB, no asthma, no nothing. Only 1 circulation. No 4 chambers in the heart. It's so nice. You just the gill, you get the oxygen, and you eat whatever you get, in the sea, and drink the water, and you're happy. And movement is also very easy. Buoyancy will help you to float. You don't have to. Then why should I become a man? And before becoming a man, I became a bird. Why did I become a bird? Bird has 2 lungs. Bird has 2 circulations. Bird has so many things. And bird has 2, supposing I were a snake, I would love to be a snake. Do you know why? Snake has no coronary system at all. Snake can suck its blood right from the heart. So no coronary circulation, so no angioplasty, no bypass surgery, no angiogram, no nothing. So all this is, I should use an unparliamentary word to be very bullshit. The new evolutionary biology tells us that this earth, what we are having as ours now, has been here for 4 billion years. And in the first 2 billion years, like any other planet, like the moon now, Mars for that, it's inhabited only by germs. So 2 billion years this earth was inhabited by germs, and the germs also became arrogant like us. And they destroyed one another. A stage came, they were almost getting extinct. At that stage, they came together and said, unless we live together, we have no future. So they tried to live together, love one another, compassion came in, and they said, we must have food for all of us. And that's the first experimental science that happened in this world. The germs took the carbon dioxide they breathed out, some water vapor from the earth, from the air, and sun's rays, and produced chlorophyll in the green leaf. Scientists did not do chlorophyll. You can't do chlorophyll in any laboratory today. And that chlorophyll is the one that is feeding us even today. You may say, I am a non-vegetarian, I couldn't care less for it. Even the non-vegetarian that you eat lives on chlorophyll only. Even the fish, the smallest fish eats plankton. Bigger fish eats the smaller fish, bigger fish, smaller fish, and the biggest fish, the bigger fish. So, everybody lives on chlorophyll, which the germs presented to us. Then after a billion years, the germs said, no, this world needs bigger animals than us. So they donated a DNA each, DNA, and made the first nucleated cell, which is called the zygote, that you and I were in our mother's womb the day we were made. What a beautiful thought. So we are one cell. And today we are a colony of 150 trillion such human beings. So there is nothing called I, because we are a we already. We are a colony of 120 trillion cells. And the most important thing about these cells is today we can study those cells with the biophoton camera. They love one another so much. I tell you, they love one another so much that they dance together in sync when they're happy. And if they dance in sync, you have no disease. When they are not happy, then you know there's something wrong with you. And that is the beauty of the system. What's the in thing there? Compassion. Compassion. Again. And not only that, my cells and your cells are the same. They are both charged by the same energy, which is a universal energy. And we are a part of it, each one of us. So mind you, you can't say I. There's nothing called I. It's just we. My cells love Mr. Shetty's cells as much they love my cells. Perchance now some of us develop hatred. This is from the monetary economy, you know. We getting and spending. We want to get and get and get. That's why Ayurveda says, don't be a getter, but a giver. Data, giver. And very interesting, when we get and hate another person, supposing I say, who is the president of the association here? Supposing I want to be the president, and I'll see that worker, see that he just doesn't become the president. Then my cells get confused. Why is he doing that? Because the president and himself the same. President is a part of me. And if I harm the president after some time, my own cells get so confused that they start harming my own cells. This is a very big disease called autoimmune disease, where your own body cells hate your own body cells, which a scientist of yore called horror autotoxicus. Imagine what happens if your own body cells hate your own body cells. You are destroying yourself slowly. And we don't know what to do about it. And we doctors call it as autoimmune disease, idiopathic. Idiopathic means I'm idiotic. I don't know about it. And we give, of course, the usual thing, steroid, just to suppress, which is called palliation. And steroids also kill you. Autoimmunity kills you and steroid kills you. So we hasten your exit from this planet. But actually you can reverse it now. If you try to find out what is really killing you, you meditate and find out what's killing you and reverse that, and then forgive them. Forgive them. And do not pursue that hatred. Would you believe autoimmune disease can be completely cured, which is called quantum healing? With the new science of quantum mechanics and quantum physics coming into being, we now understand the world much more than what we understood in the conventional science of you. Today, what I call as science, the conventional science can only grasp with our five senses. But quantum physics can comprehend much more in this world and get to know more. And quantum physics is so beautiful that it says there is nothing called matter. It's all energy. Whole world is energy. If as a layman you want to know something about it, because quantum physics is very complicated, don't try to understand quantum physics if you're not a scientist. But I'll give you an article written by the Nobel laureate, also alternate Nobel laureate, who got the Nobel Prize for saying what energy is matter, E is equal to M. And this man so beautifully says in his article that I learned quantum physics from Indian philosophy. What a beautiful compliment. He says he learned quantum physics from Indian philosophy. And he says matter and energy are the same, which I call as a duality. And he says a duality is a small word which I discovered, but the Indians had discovered it as Advaita thousands of years ago. And that's exactly what quantum physics is all about. Write down if you want to know this article. Matter is not made out of matter. That's the article. Matter is not made out of matter. Matter is not made out of matter. Matter is made out of energy. His name is Hans, H-A-N-S, Peter, P-E-T-E-R, Durr, D-U-R-R. Go to Google and say Hans Peter Durr, matter is not made out of matter, and you get the article. Read it at least 10 times to understand it. But when once you understand it, you become so happy, so tranquil, and you say, okay, everybody is my brother and everybody is my sister. You have no hatred at all. If I hurt any one of you, it's like my hurting myself because you are me. There's no difference between you and me. And this is the beauty of a healthy mind. After all, environment is not just drinking water, eating food, exercising and running and sleeping, etc., which we think is lifestyle change. No. Lifestyle's most important change is the environment of lifestyle. And the most important environment of lifestyle of a man or a human being is his or her mind. Mark my words, mind. And if you know how to mind your mind, you know how to mind your health. As simple as that. We all take bath for our body using various shampoos, soaps, etc., etc. But do we take bath for the mind? Mind has so much dirt in it. Many of us mind is so much dirt in it that is the cause of all illnesses from common cold to cancer. Even to get a common cold, you must get some frustration in life. Common cold is not due to the germ. The germ is there in your nose all the 12 months of the year, 365 days. Not one germ, 80 genera of 1000 germs. But they can give you cold anytime you pull down your immune guard by getting frustrated. Let us say you lose an election. Then you say, my God, gone. So you're frustrated. Next day you start sneezing. To cancer, all diseases are due to the environment, that is a mind. So we must cultivate a healthy mind. How to cultivate a healthy mind? What's a healthy mind? Now, definition of healthy mind. A mind filled with enthusiasm to work and a mind filled with enthusiasm to be compassionate. Imagine we change our education system in this country or in the world. What is the education system today? Trying to make a wealthy career. I want to be an engineer, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a technologist, I want to be an engineer. Money making. On the contrary, if you aim education at making a healthy mind, imagine 1.3 billion healthy minds here, 2.6 billion hands wanting to work. Can anybody beat this country? 2.6 billion hands wanting to be compassionate. Is there any problem? Is there any murder, rape, terrorism, hatred, jealousy, anger, pride? Nothing. And that should be our aim. I've been telling the education is what education is all about. Education is not teaching 3 hours that anybody understands. Nobody can teach anybody anything that he or she does not already know, because on the day you are made, that zygote is so unique that it knows all about this universe, posteriori and priori, when it gets its consciousness. The human mind is human consciousness. Human mind is not in the brain. A lot of people